Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a how to survive senior year of high school video. I know that summer's starting, so thinking about like the next school year is the last thing you guys probably want to be doing right now. But since I just finished my senior year of high school, I know, it's kind of crazy. I figured I have all these tips of advice for you guys, and they're all like on my mind right now and I don't want to forget them. So I'm just going to share them with you guys before I forget, while senior year is fresh on my mind. With all that being said, let's get right into this video. My first tip I have for you guys is to always, like, how do I say this? Like, take every moment like it's your last. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird, but like, what I mean by this is like, instead of ditching your friends and just like chilling at home or whatever, go out with your friends, because these are the last times you are ever going to be able to spend with your friends. And I know sometimes you're just like laying in bed all comfortable watching like Netflix, and then like your friends are like, hey, want to go out and do this? And then you're like, the last thing I want to do is go put on makeup, find a cute outfit, and get out of my comfortable bed. But I promise you, you're gonna regret it later on if you don't go out and do stuff. I mean, there were several times where I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna stay home tonight. That just sounds better. And maybe something happened, so you're like, yes, I stayed home. But in the long run, you're gonna wish you went out and did that with your friends, because they're gonna talk about how fun it was and you're gonna be like, well, I wasn't even there. And in college, you aren't gonna have this time with these same exact high school friends. So definitely try to utilize all the time you have, because before you know it, you're gonna be like me. Oh my gosh, my eye's itchy. Oh, don't worry, I'm not crying. Not crying, man. But before you know it, you're gonna be like me and you're gonna wish, dang, I wish I spent more time out on the weekend instead of staying in. But I mean, like, sometimes it's really nice to just stay home, chill in your bed, but if like your friends want to do something, take advantage of that. My next tip for you guys is something so important, and it's staying on top of your schoolwork. You're gonna feel like you have senioritis, where you aren't gonna want to do anything because you're like, it's senior year, my grades don't matter. But trust me, your grades still matter so much. You'll have a final transcript sent to your college at the end of the year, so it's important to keep your grades up, and they're going to notice if you slack off, and that's not really appealing to a college when they see that you decided to just slack off because you knew you were already into their school. I mean, a college can like still, it's not very common, but they can still like defer you from their school if they see that you didn't put the effort that you told them you'd put in your schoolwork. So make sure that you don't slack off, because obviously this is in your last year of school. You still have college, and it's important to keep your study habits and your same like homework habits going into college, because college is going to be a rude awakening for many people if they just decide to slack off. Deciding to stop your study habits because it's senior year and you're done, that's not true. You got to keep that motivation, because you're going to need even more motivation when you go off to college. And I know it's so hard. Like, this second semester of school for me was, oh my gosh, like, it took so much to keep me focused in class and to keep me like getting up every morning to go to school. I was like, I don't want to go. Like, it's senior year, like, there's nothing I need to do. Towards the end of the year, so many of my classes became like study halls, and like I felt like going to school was literally a chore because we had nothing to do, and I was so bored and all this stuff. But that's why it was like so hard to keep me motivated. I kept my motivation, I pulled through, and I finished my finals, which having finals senior year is a joke to me, but whatever. My next tip is something that really kind of affected me, and it's, if you have the slightest interest in applying to a school, apply to it. Like, just apply to any school that you're interested in. For me, I was narrow-minded as heck, and I was so set, if you guys know, going to a school in Texas. So like, I was like, okay, I'm going there, whatever. I got into that school and everything, and so I only applied to 3 other schools. So there, I had 4 choices of schools, okay? Because I was so focused on just going to this one school in Texas. So I got in or whatever. I was so stoked. I kind of like had an idea that I was going to get into this school, because I did meet all the requirements and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that school does not give a lot of aid to out-of-state students. So I didn't get the financial aid that I wanted, and I just thought it was very unfair. for how much effort and my accomplishments that I had in high school for me to not get the financial aid that I had hoped for. So that sucked because then I was down to 3 options of schools. One of the schools I was on the waited list, so that left me to 2 schools. One in Minnesota and one in Oklahoma. I was so upset because the last thing I wanted to do was to go to school in the state that I had been living in, a school that is 20 minutes away from my house. I was so excited to go out of state, be so far away, everything like that. And when I couldn't go to my dream school, I was crushed because I was like, that's what I wanted. I had met people there that wanted to be my roommates. I was so excited. And then it was already too late to apply to other colleges. I chose to go to Minnesota, and I regret so much not applying to schools that I had somewhat interest in. I had a lot of interest in so many southern schools, but I didn't apply to them because I was like, I'm going to Texas, it's gonna be a thing. It's not a thing, and I'm here in Minnesota. But it's okay, I'm really excited. Like, there's so many benefits to that, and like so many pros and cons, I guess, to going to a school close and a school far away. But like I said, just don't be so set in stone like I was, because you'll be mad at yourself. And I tell my sisters, I'm like, when it's your time to apply for colleges, apply anywhere. Like, just throw your applications like everywhere. Not 4 schools. Oh, it made me so mad, but it's okay, it's whatever. The next thing I have is to just stop like comparing yourself to people and just be who you are. So many people I saw like come out of their shells this year and stuff like that, and there's so many people that I'm like, oh, I wish I was friends with you before senior year. I connected with so many people senior year too, and it just stinks that I didn't have those friendships prior to senior year, because I mean, now it's like we're all leaving each other and that stinks. But just be yourself right off the bat and before senior year, because you'll thank yourself later, and you'll meet so many cool people when you're yourself, because you'll connect with them instead of putting on like a little fake person that you aren't, because you aren't going to attract the people that you want to be friends with. You know what I mean? So just be yourself, and you'll attract the people that you want to be friends with and that are most like you. And my next tip is to talk to as many people as you can. There's so many, especially at a public school. I mean, I went to a private school, but especially at a public school, which is something I wish I got to like experience more, is to just talk to as many people as you can, because it's so cool to hear everybody else's different stories and all the stuff like that. And you can really get that at a public school, a private school. My school is very, very, very small, so I didn't really get that, but at a public school you can just talk to so many people and learn a lot about people. And I just think that that's something that I'm really excited for about college. Is I am going to a private college, so it's still not as big as a huge state university or something like that. So talk to as many people as you can. And my last bit of advice is to have fun, but not too much fun. I mean, like I said, go out on the weekends, hang out with your friends, but don't have too much fun to where you're slacking off on your schoolwork and you're not focused on your end goal, which is college, because colleges can see all your social media, and they hear everything that your school has. So like, they hear about your detentions, and they hear about if you get suspended from a sport. Colleges hear about everything. So make sure you're having fun in a safe way, and just make sure you're being smart about things, because you don't want your dreams to be crushed or anything like that. And senior year's a lot of fun, but it's still a lot of work. I mean, in the fall when you're applying to colleges, it's hefty work, man. So make sure that you're still on top of all your stuff, applying to your colleges, everything like that. If you guys want a video about like applying to colleges and stuff like that, let me know down below. I will definitely do that for you guys if it's something that you're interested in. So I really hope you guys got a lot from that, and I shared some of my wisdom with you, because I just finished senior year, like I said. Really exciting. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you guys, what kind of videos you guys want to see down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!